This is a Miami Sports Music Podcast Network production. This is the #1 Miami fan morning show. Clock blockers, let's go.
I know the whole city riding. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter column.
What up, baby?
It
is your guy, Stephen D. Good morning. It is Clock Blockers, the #1 Miami fan morning show. Good morning to my Finlaws, my family. Super excited to be here with you this morning. A lot of work being done here in the house still. Got a little bit of a late start, as you can see. But as you can see, stuff is starting to come in, and now the focus is this podcast room, the studio. What is going on? Good morning to my Finlaws, my family. It is Clock Blockers, the #1 Miami fan morning show. I'm your host, Stephen Daniels. You can follow me on all social media at Stephen D SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. Also, you can follow Miami Sports Music everywhere at Miami Sports Music, except online where we are at MIA Sports Music. Want to remind you guys, too, to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, what are you doing? What are you waiting on? All right, there are plenty of seats waiting at the table for you. We'd love to see you sign up and become a member today. There are plenty of seats. Also want to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. How many subscribers are we at? Matter of fact, let me look at that while I have everybody here. We are... Want to see where we're at. I think we can get to it today. I think that we can get to it today. Let me see. Let me see. I hate when stuff doesn't work the way it's supposed to. You always got to do stuff. I apologize. I'm trying to get this stuff right. And yeah. Gotta send that to Solo. All right, there we go. Make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel. I can't look at it right now. It's not letting me look for some reason. But as a reminder, I want to say we're less than 50 subscribers away from 11,000 subscribers. So make sure you do that. It's a big deal, okay? So just do what I'm telling you to do. Sign up to become a member today. There are plenty of seats waiting at the table for you. I'd love to see you sign up and become a member today. There are plenty of seats waiting at the table for you. You got Chef Zhu's in the building. Who else? Kevin Lee, New Breed, Kurt, Dolphins State of Mind. Dolphins State of Mind was first this morning. Shout out to Dolphins State of Mind. That are all official members of the the channel. And then you also have people like Shake Money and Mark NorCal Angelo, who are always part of the family. But yes, we'd love to see you sign up and become members today. There are plenty of seats. Can we get 2 new members today? I'd love to get 2 new members today. It'd be great. Be great if we can do that. Also, hey, look, if you want to help the channel grow by donating, there's lots of different ways you can do it. You can use the YouTube Live Super Chat, which is the $sign in the box below the chat. You click on it, and you can use Super Chat or Super Sticker, and you can donate to the show that way, okay? If you don't want to use YouTube, because YouTube takes like 46% of it, whatever you donate, as a reminder, you can use MSM Podcast Network with the $sign in the middle, or use the QR code right on your screen on Cash App. Or you can use MSM Podcast Network or use the QR code that's right on your screen for PayPal. All right, so make sure you guys do that. It's good stuff. ZSM Sports, the #1 place to get your cards, jerseys, balls, and hard to find items. Make sure you follow ZSM Sports today. Also want to remind everybody to Lime. Less is more events. Lime tickets. If you need tickets to anything, anywhere, less is more events is the way to go. Let me tell you. If you do that right now, give them a call at 202-930-3533. You will see. Give them a call. Tell them I sent you, and they'll take care of you. They got the best tickets for less than the prices are less than the competition, allowing you to have more fun. So make sure you do that. Also, as a reminder as well, Tailgreeter, download the app today on your current Crapple or Android devices, whatever one you got, and make sure you do that. Follow Tailgreeter at TAILGREETER. All right, it's Wildin' Out Wednesday. Kevin Lee, what's good, Stephen D? Let's get Wildin' Out Wednesday ready for Miami to get to go 4-1. I ain't mad at it. K Flexin'. I'm gonna call that number for Lil Uzi Pink Tape Tour tickets. I ain't mad at it, K Flex. You might get it. Tell him I sent you, baby. K Flexin'. What up, K Flexin'? I miss you, buddy. How you doing, man? How are you doing, K Flexin'? Let me drop the link in here. That way we can go ahead and just get that started for people. Here we go. I'm gonna drop the link. Paste. There we go. Link and pin the message. There we go. So the link is pinned to the top of the page. We definitely want to see you do that. So make sure you guys do that. It's good stuff. Kevin Lee, thank you for the $5 donation. Who else is in here this morning? Daniel Taylor, what's up, man? Color commentary, like it. Chef Zhu said there was a Therapy Mondays is for timing out other fan bases. Votes were yes. It's official, good sir. The people have spoken. I ain't mad at it. Therapy Mondays, but we're not going to have too many more Therapy Mondays, Chef Shoes. They're all going to be Victory Mondays. So I ain't mad at that. Man. Let's see here. K Flexin, Shake Money's in the building. Zach Turk, what's going on? The link is pinned to the top of the page. I'd love to see you guys come up. It's Wildin' Out Wednesday. It is a show made for the fans, by the fans. If you've never watched Wildin' Out Wednesday, let me kind of tell you how it works. So Wildin' Out Wednesday is a little bit different than other shows you've seen in the past, okay? It is a day where all the fans come up on the panel, and there's utter and complete, sometimes, chaos, all right? And when that happens, it gets a little crazy, and that's okay, all right? We're here to debate. We're here to have fun. And some people know each other, so sometimes little jabs are thrown back and forth. But sometimes what we don't want to have happen is for people to feel offended in any way as far as like getting personal. So we try not to allow that. Sometimes, things happen. It gets wild, hence Wildin' Out Wednesday, but we try to keep it civilized, as they say, as the kids say, civilized. I want to remind you there is rules and stuff for Wildin' Out Wednesday. You can time out or ban somebody. It's $10 per timeout. It's $50 day ban, week-long ban, month-long ban. You or someone on your behalf can pay to bring you back once you've been timed out or banned. The original person who banned or time out at that level can no longer ban or time out if somebody is paid to bring it back. They must move up to the next tier, but anybody else is allowed to ban or time out at any level, okay? I want you to remember this is for fun. It supports the channel. Don't take it personally, okay? Swear jars in full effect. It's $1 per swear word. Remember, we try to keep this safe for work. But as a reminder, if somebody donates $100, swear jars out for the day. If you personally donate $25, you don't have a swear jar for the day. So just a reminder, that's how Wildin' Out Wednesday works. And I know y'all got a lot of stuff to talk about because there is a lot to talk about within the Dolphins fan base right now. So get on up here. Let me hear from you. I know you guys want to talk Dolphins. I know you want to talk what's going on. The JC Jackson was traded this morning from the Chargers to the Patriots. The Patriots are making moves already after 4 weeks. Does that say a lot about, Coach Bill Belichick and how he runs it? Should the Dolphins be making moves? If so, what type of moves do you want to see them make? There's a lot to kind of get into and a lot to talk about. And I want to hear from you. I want to know what you think and where you're at with that. So get on up. The link is pinned to the top of the page. I want to hear from you. This is your show. It is a show for the fans. Who's up in here? You got that right. Hopefully no more Therapy Mondays. I know that's right, man. Good morning, Miami Sports Music. What's up, Finlaws? It's New York Giants week. That's right, Daniel Taylor. It is. Good morning. It's another beautiful day in Zamunda. Suedo Spike over here taking Shake Money's saying. I ain't mad at it. All right, let me see. Let me see again. You know how you try to do stuff and another person, and Resend it. All right. Let's try this. Take picture. I'm waiting for y'all to come up here. This is y'all show today. This ain't my show. This is your show. It's a show for you guys. All right, let's see here. Wow, JC Jackson back with the Pats. We're doomed. Greg Fontaine said, no, we're not. We're not. Red, White, and Bill says, good morning, Stephen D. God bless. Good morning to you, brother. How are you? Patrick said, we need a center. Get Aaron Donald ASAP. Greg, you know how I feel about Aaron Donald. You already know how I feel about it. I'm waiting for you guys to come up. Are the Chargers out on their season? I feel like if they traded JC Jackson, they are. They are. Mike Williams is out for the year with an ACL color. Like, I don't know what else they can say or do. So it'll be very interesting. All right, we got first. Daniel. Good morning, Daniel.
What's up, Stephen D?
What's up, man? How are you? What's up, man? Floor is yours.
Good morning, Stephen D. What's up, Fins Nation?
I like it. I like it. What do you want to talk about this morning, Daniel?
Let's talk about that JC Jackson.
JC Jackson trade is a very interesting trade, right? Like I think it, you know, I said this yesterday, and it bears worth repeating again. You know, the NBA, the Major League Baseball and NFL trade deadlines are totally two different. And you see in the NFL, there's not a lot of things that occur at the trade deadline. You might see a team make one trade for a player to beef up a particular position group, but you don't see a team make a wave of trades to try to go after a season. It's just, and the same thing in the NBA too, right? So the NBA and Major League Baseball kind of work a little bit differently. You can literally, like, look at what the Lakers did last year, right? The Lakers literally traded 8 players on their team by the trade deadline, and their roster at the end of the year was totally different than the one that was on opening day. And the same thing kind of, the same thing happens in Major League Baseball all the time. You can literally change your season, based on trades, but you don't see that in the NFL. And I don't remember personally a trade in week 4. That's a very interesting time to make a trade. But Belichick said it in his conference this morning. He said, in order to make a trade in week 4, somebody has to be available, right? And so, the Chargers obviously put him up on the market, and it was interesting to kind of see where that goes.
Oh yeah.
Do you have a view about that? Do you have a view?
Yeah, JC Jackson. We faced him before in LA, and Tua balled out before 66, and I mean,
you okay, Daniel? You all right? Making sure Daniel doesn't have. You good, Daniel? Hope you're not having a stroke over there.
No, I'm okay. I mean, we faced the Chargers before, and we faced JC Jackson.
Look, man, I'm not worried about JC Jackson at all, and I'm not worried about the Patriots. The Patriots make that move because it blosters up their secondary a little bit, right? Here's the reality of the situation. Patriots have a decent defense. I'm not going to sit here and talk trash about their defense. They have a good defense. But when you're looking around the rest of the NFL and how it kind of maneuvers within the scheme of things, is that going to make a trade on it? Is JC Jackson going to give the Patriots an extra win or two? Probably not. They have a lot more issues to work out on offense. Their defense really isn't the trouble, but you can definitely make the if you can make one side of the ball better, you do it. And that's what he did. And JC Jackson has been a Patriot before, so he understands how Belichick works and that whole system. So it'll see. Now the Dolphins, do you want the Dolphins to make a move, Daniel? Is that something you'd like to see? You there, Daniel?
That Yeah, Chris Greer has been under a lot of scrutiny because he's been waiting patiently to see who. Chris Greer's been under a lot of scrutiny.
Yeah, he has. He has been under a lot of scrutiny. There's definitely from a particular side of the fan base, Daniel, right? And that's kind of where that kind of comes in when you see that. You see a particular side of the fan base that is more prone or lean towards being critical of a particular player or GM or coach. And Greer's always been like that, right? His process of how he deals with the offensive side of the ball or the offensive line, the O line, excuse me, as well as other things. It's definitely interesting when you see that. I want to say good morning to Batman, Jan, Finn's fan, and Papa Paul in the building. What's going on, gentlemen?
What's up, Papa Paul?
Well, good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning, Papa Paul.
Good morning. How you doing, Daniel?
Lewis is in the building.
I'm doing great, Papa Paul. What's up, Lewis?
Batman, Lewis.
Batman?
Good morning, gentlemen.
What it is?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Daniel.
What's
Good
going
morning,
on,
Batman?
Hey, let me get Lewis and then Batman's take, and then I'll go to the other guys too. Lewis, what'd you think of the J.C. Jackson move this morning?
I mean, it is what it is.
It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, to me it doesn't matter.
I would
Smart for New England, I guess. Bringing a player that they're familiar with back into the building. I think the Chargers just did it because they wanted to get off that contract. Obviously, it wasn't working in Los Angeles. So.
Do you think that the Chargers gave up on the season already? Do you think they've given up on the season now?
No. I mean, I think it was either last week or the week before. He was a healthy scratch for them anyway. So I think they're just, it didn't work out. They gave him a big contract, and they figured, let me get him out of the building. And, smart move for them to get off the contract, and a smart move for New England to bring a player that they got familiar, they're familiar with back in the building. So
hey, by the way,
it's a win-win.
10,972 subscribers currently. So we're 28 subscribers away from 11,000 subscribers. So share the link. Tell people to subscribe to the channel. I'd love to get 11,000 a day. Let's get 11,000 a day. I'm with it. I'd love to see it. Batman, what was your thoughts on the J.C. Jackson move, man?
To be honest, can you hear me?
Yeah.
To be honest, I mean, they needed to do it. Christian Gonzalez going out for the season. They got to face Tua. Tua's never lost to them, so they got to get something to stop, the bleeding. So the fact that Bill Belichick was willing to bring back one of his own guys back that's making $80 million, that says a lot, and it sounds desperate to me from Bill Belichick. But hey, I could be wrong. But I would say I don't really care. It's Wild and Out Wednesday, Steven. I'm calling out Alex Renee Diaz because he is a Liam Eichenberg fan. He is the president of the Liam Eichenberg Foundation, and we got to get this man off the team. So if anybody could talk up Liam Eichenberg, and that's Alex Renee Diaz. So we need him up here, Steven.
All right, hold on.
Damn, Batman. Already? That's what we're doing, Batman, already?
Alex Renee Diaz to the panel. Alex Diaz to the panel, please. Thank you. That's I called him up, Batman. It's official. I called him up. Papa Paul, what's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been,
what's your thoughts on the J.C. Jackson trade this morning by the Patriots?
I mean, it is what it is. The Patriots had to do something to help their secondary, so I'm not worried about them either way.
Me neither. I agree with that. Now, let me ask you, do you guys think that the Dolphins need to go do something as far as make a trade is concerned? Jan, I'll start with you because you haven't said anything yet. Do you want to see the Dolphins go out and make a trade?
Well, that's a really good question.
That's why I asked it.
If it's on the offensive line, I would say maybe yes. I think that we need some center help.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure how long or if Connor Williams is going to be able to play this week. I'm not too worried about the next two games, to be honest, not to overlook, our next two opponents. But what I'm really looking forward to are, facing the Eagles, for example, and tougher teams that are up ahead, in our schedule. So these teams like the Giants, the teams like Carolina Panthers and whatnot, those don't worry me. So when we face the Eagles and the Bills again and the Chiefs, those are the games I really want to see how we react and how we improve, compared to this last game. So if it's on the offensive line of the ball, then I would say yes. I would like to see some movement going around there, acquiring someone that can help solidify that O line.
Yeah, I think that I think what's really interesting to think is, and I said it just a little bit ago, and I'll get Lewis's take on this. Belichick even alluded to it this morning. He goes, somebody has to be available. So in week 4, I would love to see the Dolphins make a move for the center, but is there teams out there that are even like ready to give up on the season? Because that was my point earlier to this with the Chargers. You said that he was a healthy scratch, Lewis, or I think Batman or Lewis said it, one of you two, that he was a healthy scratch. But I think it's like, where, do the Dolphins just randomly start calling teams at the bottom of the divisions and say, are you open to trading a center or a backup center? Is that what the Dolphins do, Lewis? Is that what Greer does at this point? Or is he just waiting to see who comes out on the market?
Yeah, for me, I'm probably going to see maybe later on who comes available. But I know there's one position I would definitely be looking at. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on it. What do you think Minnesota, like draft-wise, what would we have to send to Minnesota to trade for Brian Flores? Because that's the biggest move I'm looking to make. I'm trying to get Brian Flores back in the building because Vic Fangio is ass.
The quarterback killer? Is that who you're talking about, Lewis? The quarterback killer?
Yeah.
I was thinking about trading for Boyer back.
What do you think about that, Steven? What do you think we could send Minnesota to get Brian Flores back in the building?
As I know that you're trolling and you're not very serious about this.
No, I'm dead serious. I am dead serious.
Let's be real, Lewis. Okay, let's
Tua wouldn't allow it, Lewis. Tua wouldn't allow it.
Let's just play in reality and not in fairy tale land.
Put some respect on Vic Fangio's name, Lewis.
Yeah, I know, about give Vic Fangio a chance to prove himself, Lewis.
Yeah. Well, he's had 2 opportunities against 2 good offenses.
He's had 4 weeks.
Well, and again, that's why I said against 2 good offenses. And all I know, those 2 opportunities, 34 against the Chargers, 48 against the Bills.
So let me ask you, when we hold the Giants to less than 14 points.
The Giants. So you talking about the quarterback that just got
scare
sacked
nobody right now.
times?
I understand that, but
he had and the quarterback that threw 15 touchdowns last year. You talking about that team, Steven?
Okay, what about the Panthers? What about
same thing?
A rookie quarterback with no offensive weapons. Why don't you tell Vic Fangio to go into Philadelphia and hold that team to under 20 points?
If he holds Philadelphia under 20 points, you better be coming up here on Monday apologizing.
Okay, well, hey, Monday morning, Steven, after we go into Philadelphia and whatever happens, just remember we had this conversation. Just remember that.
Remember.
Okay. All right, bet.
And by the way, I'm not giving him an ultimatum that he has to be great on that Sunday night game either. I just want him to improve. I want to be
right.
I want to compete. That's it. That's all I want.
Yes.
If you guys go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just going to say, one, I think we need to find defense a Zach Thomas type player. We have no one. Van Ginkel, yes, but he's not enough. We need someone else in the middle right there. I mean, yes, Christian Wilkins was double teamed most of the game.
No. So, Papa Paul, what you don't want a Zach Thomas.
Lies,
that's Van Ginkel. What we need is a Channing Crowder, and that's what we need. We need a Channing Crowder, somebody on that other side of the linebacker position that can play most downs, be competitive, open field tackle, and do what he needs to do. So we
need something more on defense. Is all I got to say.
I don't disagree that the linebacking room needs to improve, but let's be honest with ourselves here. You know, the linebacking, we're not doing enough organic pass rush to begin with.
Right.
Steven,
Well,
the problem.
Hold on,
he's
hang
not-
on. You
he's-
guys want to
he's-
talk about bringing defensive players when we got the biggest hole in the situation right now is Connor Williams. Hey, shout out to CB83. He called it this morning. If I'm Connor Williams, because this agent said he's healthy and ready to play this Sunday. If I'm Connor Williams, I'm coming in through that front door at the Dolphins facility, and I'm telling Chris Greer, you want me to play on Sunday? You better pay me. Simple as that. That's our biggest issue right now, and we want to talk about defense.
No,
Are we being
it's not the
serious?
biggest issue. That's
Wow.
not the biggest issue. Because
Incredible,
the biggest
bro.
issue. No. Liam Eichenberg didn't lose us the game on Sunday. That was the defense that lost us the game on Sunday.
He lost us our best offensive player, Lewis. He got Armstead hurt.
The defense is the biggest issue. And this is the problem that I have with this statement. And again, you know how I feel about you, Papa Paul, so I'm not coming at you. It's just your statement when you say, oh, the defense needs more players. Well, it's funny to me how when Josh Boyer, a lesser defensive coordinator than Vic Fangio, right? He's not established. He don't have a name. When he had no players last year, all we did was throw Josh Boyer under the bus. But now
I agree with you.
And now we get a better defensive coordinator in Vic Fangio, and now all of a sudden we need better players. Like, that makes sense for me.
Lewis, I agree with you because at the same time, Fangio didn't change anything up. We don't need to be a zone. We don't need to be a zone defense 100% of the time. Where were the blitzes? I mean, come on. There was nothing going on. Nothing was being changed. But we need both. Fangio needs to step up and do more. Yeah. Learn, change it up when things aren't working. It's the same thing with, Mike McDaniels stopped doing the run, and the run was really helping us.
Yeah, he straight abandoned the run. Dean, I just want to address your comment real quick, and then I'll let the guys finish their debate. We argued about Connor Williams weeks ago. I bet you don't have a problem with him now, LOL. Look, here's the reality of the situation. I wasn't a fan of either of the picks to play center. We can sit here and say, yes, Connor is 10 times better than Liam Eichenberg, but so is my mother who has a prosthetic leg and can probably, be on the offensive line a lot better than Liam Eichenberg. Let's be honest with ourselves here. That's how bad Liam Eichenberg is.
So in the sense of Connor Williams, I think everybody can be on the same page that we don't have any problem with him post-snap. He's an excellent blocker, and he's a bully out there when he went after he snaps the ball.
Yeah,
his only issue was the snapping. That's all.
Which is part of being a center. But that is all the more reason why I would love for the Dolphins to go out and get a real true center.
Exactly, and put him in his natural position, which is that left guard position. That will look awesome if we had that true center. Everything else looks to be pretty good. And I kind of do agree, and I understand where Lewis is coming from, because we had the same players last season, for example, and the core of these same defensive players the year before with Flores. So I can see his argument as to why he would want to bring a coach like that back with these type of players, because we did look better than what we have in these first four weeks with Fangio. But on the flip side, we also have to be any coach that knows how to use those players. That's I'm not a Flores guy. I don't like him. I did.
Nobody likes Flores.
Yeah, but anyways, just to get past that point, on the flip side, we have seen Fangio in 4 weeks, and he hasn't been looking that good as how we looked in the past 2 seasons with the same players we have. So I understand that we need to allow him a little bit of time, but we don't have time right now to be playing around and getting him accustomed to use these players. So I can see where Lewis is coming from.
We don't have time at all. I mean, it's got to change. He's got to change the scheme up some. When he does nothing and let the same scheme run, what good is that?
Right.
I agree.
I understand where Lewis is coming from, but you need to be level-headed.
Armstead going down, Connor Williams holds this team hostage. You got to go pay that man. That guy holds the team hostage right now. The season's on the line depends on Connor Williams. Because they're not going to roll out Liam Eichenberg and this O-line and you expect great things to happen. So let's stop the cap. Let's stop pretending that we got to do stuff on defense. Let's stop complaining about Fangio and stop figuring out just what happened this last game. Our offensive line is back to being trash, and Connor Williams is not there. And that's the fact
Hey,
of the
Batman,
matter.
Putting Kohu on Diggs was is all you need to know.
Right.
Well, again, Stephon Diggs, again, see, people are missing the point. It doesn't matter if it was Kate or Kohu. Did anybody see Jalen Ramsey last year, week 1 against Stephon Diggs? Got lit up. That's what Stephon Diggs
Barbecue
does.
chicken.
That's what Stephon Diggs does. That's what guys like Tyreek does. It is what
Nobody
it is.
should have a problem with Cater Kahoo. Nobody
Exactly,
should have a
bro.
problem.
Like, stop. It doesn't matter.
Right,
And we didn't
right.
lose the game because Cater Kohu was on Stephon Diggs. The fact of the matter is, that man wants to keep telling you about Liam Eichenberg and this trash offensive line. The first 3 weeks, they were outstanding. The Buffalo Bills have a good defensive front. Liam Eichenberg played like trash. We all understand that. But the facts remained again. Batman is trying to deflect because Batman is a Vic Fangio guy. Let's play this game. And you guys tell
Somebody's
me.
dog is going off in the background.
You guys tell me. We'll play the game. If Connor Williams was there on Sunday, do we win the game?
We have an additional 14 points. We got an additional 14 points.
If Connor Williams is there, does the defense not give up 48 points?
I mean, exactly. Like, what are we talking about here?
Right.
Like, stop. The problem is
Connor Williams saves us 14 points, and we would have kept running the ball because we wouldn't have been blown out from the beginning of the game.
So instead of losing,
no, because we were chewing them alive in the run game. We would have continued to run. We would have won that game.
We weren't.
K Flexen said, I personally believe we did lose the game because Cater was on Diggs. Flex though, but it didn't matter who was going to be on him. Like, he was going to eat. He was going to eat no matter what, Diggs. You needed the safety's help to come over with that, and Javon couldn't do that because he was worried about other spots on the defense.
It was Brandon
X didn't
Jones'
even get the
role.
ball thrown his way. What should have happened is X should have went on Diggs. He should have gotten an opportunity to be on Kicks.
And there's reports, Steven, that at halftime, and again, I don't know this. This is just people reporting and saying that at halftime, Xavier Howard went up to Vic Fangio and said, "I want Diggs. I want that assignment." And Vic Fangio looked at him right in his face and told him no.
I haven't heard that except for you, Lewis. I have not heard
that. It's true, Steven. It's true, Steven.
Batman, did you hear it?
It's true. It's true. Xavier flipped out on him.
I can attest.
It's not true. It's not true.
Okay, Rashad, you're saying it's not true. That's fine. Let's say
not. I was there with you.
Okay, Rashad, let's say it's not true, Rashad. Okay, cool. Is it
Xavier Howard came out of his own mouth. What do you mean it's not true? The hell are you talking about?
He said that's what he preferred, but that's not what the scheme calls for. That does not mean he went up to Vic Fangio and said, "Give me Stephon Diggs." Y'all are fucking making up narratives off of
Rashad.
Word.
Rashad,
you're absolutely
my bad.
Hey, Rashad, you're absolutely right, Rashad, right? Okay, let's take that out at halftime. Maybe he didn't go up to Vic Fangio. After the game, he said, and I quote, "I wanted that assignment," and the scheme didn't want to call. You don't think that Vic Fangio knew? So do you think that there was known in the building, in the locker room, on the sideline, that Xavier wanted Diggs? Do you believe that?
I believe it, but that's not what the scheme called for. That's exactly what.
So there was still no adjustments made by Vic Fangio.
There was zero adjustments made.
I agree with Lewis.
I also want to state for the record that, in my opinion, I believe that X would have gotten killed too. But with that being said,
agreed.
He should have been at least given the opportunity to prove it wrong.
Absolutely.
The defense that we ran the first 3 weeks of the season was Cater might get these number ones. Who's ever on this side is getting doubled. Cater has help over the top. Brandon Jones is nowhere to be fucking found.
Swear jar.
X has played on that side of the field though. So, my bad.
$4, Rashad.
X has played on that side of the field all season long. They wasn't flipping them now, and Cater was supposed to have help. He's had it all season. The only difference was Deshaun Elliott wasn't there, and there was Brandon Jones in. Brandon Jones is used to being
Well, you know what? I'll say this. I think Deshaun Elliott being out on Sunday hurt the defense more than anything else.
I agree with that statement.
That's another one. Brandon Jones better
agree.
step up because he's about to lose his job permanently. That's another situation right there.
I told y'all when we signed him. I saw him in Baltimore a couple of years ago. The guy's a dog. Like, he's really good.
He might be a dog, Steven, but what we heard last year when Brandon Jones went down, everything went to
crap.
dog.
Right.
So all I'm gonna say is Deshaun Elliott did matter. Listen, my guy, Wilkins, he wasn't getting double teamed. He was getting dominated by a rookie on the O-line. That is unacceptable. When you also have Jalen Phillips, he can't even be on the field. He can't be healthy. He can't even be on the field to play. Then we got a situation when you have X wants to guard the best receiver on the other team, but it's not allowed to. Then you have a situation. We have issues. And Connor Williams is holding the team hostage. I'm going to go back to this. Hashtag fire Danny Crossman. We got to get that done. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. I'll be right back.
Jeff Zhu said OG Stephen D. and Coach McDaniel's post-game press conference said out of his own mouth that they didn't make any second half adjustments. He owned up to it. Fact. They didn't. You don't have to tell me that. I agree, Chef Zhu. I hear you. But everybody and their brother who watches football knew that the Dolphins didn't make any second half adjustments. And so look, do I have a problem with Fangio? No. It's week 4. Let the game play out.
Correct. I agree.
That's where I'm at with it. But to be fair, if you're not, that's not cap. But if you're getting beat and Cater Kahoo was getting beat, then you have to give somebody else an opportunity to try to step up, because even if that was your game plan going in, the game is about adjustments.
Exactly. That's the problem I have.
You have to adjust. And Fangio didn't do that. And that was a big problem for me with him, is that he didn't make the adjustment. Now, with that being said, he did it in week 1. He did it against the Chargers because we saw that last drive, the defense made a stop. And look, we could say that Tua putting up those points, yes, that was great. But as far as I'm concerned, the defense making that last drive stop won that game.
Correct. I agree.
And then we go to the Patriots game. The Patriots game, they got 14 points in the fourth quarter. One of those touchdowns shouldn't have even counted. So in my terms, the defense stopped that. Now, that's Whack Jones. That's a horrible offense. I get it. I understand it, right? And then in week 3, we're playing Russell Wilson. We know how I feel about
that. For
him.
me, it's just a freebie game, bro.
There are other people in the league that feel certain way about him. But we only held them to 20 points, and we beat them by 50. Now, part of that is by the third quarter, there was no life in that team anymore. But the other thing to it is the defense stepped up when they needed to step up. On Sunday, we faced the best offense we have faced the entire year. That includes the Chargers. Bro. And we faced the best quarterback all year that we have faced, and that includes Justin Herbert. I'm telling you right now, we will get another opportunity to prove ourselves in 2 weeks when we're in Philadelphia. What we need to do the next 2 weeks is we need to beat these teams dominantly, and we need to be able to see guys be able to play against number ones. Like, I don't want to see Cater Kahoo facing the Giants and the Giants Panthers number ones, because I know that Cater Kahoo can do it. What I want to see is X on the number ones for the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, we need to get people back from those injuries, whatever they may be.
We don't play.
I'm going to step out. Thanks for having me here. Fins up, man. God bless.
Fins up, Jan. Appreciate
Fins up, brother.
We did.
It's
for us to do that, we would have to go away from what they've done all training camp, what they've done so far this season in that zone. That's manning up and following the man across the field wherever he motions to and everything. We haven't done that this season. I don't know if y'all seen it during training camp. I didn't see it in the. We just scrap it all up and say we're running a conventional man-to-man, 2-man under defense. Is that what you're saying, Steven? Just scrap it.
No. So let me state a couple of things. Number one, I think we're going to score 50 points against the Giants. I just want to throw that out there. We're going to kill the Giants on Sunday. It's not even going to be. It's not even going to be close. You can say all you want. I'm telling you right now, the game's not going to be close. Now, with that being said, how do you get better against an opponent that is clearly not up to par with you? And in my opinion, that's playing people that's not comfortable in their position. So the defense on it, maybe the Giants score more than they should on Sunday, but the only reason I will find that acceptable is if I have players on defense that are playing out of their position, because he's trying something new and he's learning what players can do and not do. That's what I want to see on Sunday. Now, I don't think we're going to see that, but I think that's what I would want to see, because I need to know that these guys that are the next man up, that if another injury happens, and God knows we've had our fair share of them over the last 18 months, they need to be able to play in the big games when it counts. We know that Kader Kahu, it was the first time in his career that he got beat in his NFL career. Kader Kahu hasn't been beat like that at all.
He actually got beat by Davis, Gabe Davis, week 12.
For an entire four quarters?
It was kind of ugly. I wouldn't say it was as bad because he gave up 3 touchdowns, but I think he gave up like.
Cater's not a boundary.
I think he gave up
anyway.
Right,
That's the biggest problem.
Cater has literally had one bad game in his career so far, and we're sitting here complaining that Cater's the problem. Some of us are, not all of us. There's a problem with that. I know that Cater can face 98% of the number ones in the NFL. Now, the elites, he's going to struggle with, right? Stephon Diggs, Justin Jefferson. If he had to face Tyreek Hill, he would struggle against him. If he had to face Jalen Waddle, he would probably struggle against him. But for the most part, he's beating, or maybe 95% of the NFL's number ones. Kader Kahu will have no problem with. Now, X has lost a step. X last year was put all who was on number ones last year, ladies and gentlemen. It was X. It was X last year. X was the person that was on the number ones, and he got beat time and time again. Now, what I need to know is, okay, X, it's not on you right now, but Jalen Ramsey ain't coming back for a month. Let's be honest about that, right? And we also know that Kader Kahu is going to be able to be on anybody's number 2, is going to be able to be anybody's number 2 or 3. So the next 2 games aren't even going to be close. So this is a perfect opportunity to put X in a situation that he's uncomfortable in against number 1. So whoever the number 1 is in Carolina and whoever the number 1 is in New York, X needs to be playing against them. That's what I think. And Cam Smith needs to get more playing time too.
And Steven, that you just hit it over the head, Steven. Cam Smith is more of a boundary corner. That you drafted him in the second round for a reason. That kid needs to be playing and keep Cater in his natural position, which is nickel. He's a slot corner. That's what it needed to be. Whether Cam Smith is ready or not, it doesn't really matter at this point. The fact of the matter, you gotta play rookies, and for whatever reason, this regime, Chris Greer, the organization in general, we just don't play rookies. We seen it last year with Eric Ezukanma. We seen it with Channing Tindall. We're seeing it now with Cam Smith. Like, there's a reason for it. They just can't. It's undeniable with Devin Achane. But I'm sorry, and again, especially against the Giants, really no weapons. Against Carolina, really no weapons. I would love to see Cam Smith at opposite Xavier Howard on the boundary and move Cater back to his natural position, which is the slot corner.
K Flexen said Cater had to guard a wide receiver 1 like X does every game one time, and Dex put up career numbers. And what are we saying?
Exactly, Steven. That's why I came in.
Go ahead.
You're complaining about X getting cooked all last year, but that's
he
what
was.
I like. What? But didn't he have a hurt groin?
He did,
but he was still out there. He wasn't no Armstead. He was out there.
2 things. I've said this on record. X should have been given an opportunity on Sunday to go against Diggs. Okay.
Yep.
my opinion, I still think he would have gotten cooked, but that he should have been given the opportunity to prove me wrong and be able to do the job. And number two, Cater in his entire career has had one bad game. Now that's a year and 3 games, but that's still, I mean, that's what, 17 games, guys, 8 or 19 games.
That goes back.
20
That
games.
goes back
He's
to
had
Lewis's
one bad
point.
game.
That goes back to Lewis's point where Fangio ain't switching nothing up.
So, and if you watch my show, which I know you do, Sosa, I have said I put the onus on Sunday's loss on 2 people, Vic Fangio and Mike McDaniel. Those are the guys I blame for Sunday's loss, not Cater Kahoo. Cater Kahoo just wasn't good enough to play on Stephon Diggs. Do I think that we had somebody that was good enough to face Stephon? Probably not, but X at one point in his career was. He should have been given that opportunity to do it again.
I got a question. So if we would have on Stephon Diggs, because we've seen it over the years, and they decided to start motioning Stephon Diggs, are you expecting X to follow, or like, are you saying you wanted a man-to-man defense, or at least him start off the formation guard?
That's a very good question.
It's a man-to-man and a blanket. Like
it will have to be man-to-man because it's going to ruin the defense if you motion Diggs and X moves and there's nobody on that boundary now.
So hold on one second, Rashad. Let's play this out a little bit. Do I think we're a better zone team than man-to-man? I think for the most part, unless we're facing Justin Jefferson, Stephon Diggs. Help me out, guys. Give me 2 or 3 other people that
Adams,
that it's irrelevant whether we play man-to-man or zone. Now, in this particular situation, we got to know that Stephon Diggs is an elite receiver, right? And so as being an elite receiver, what you have to know, I like the hat, Pam. I like the hat. You have to know that you need your best player up against their best player. So what should have happened is you should have had 10 people playing zone with a shadow cover for Stephon. And wherever Stephon goes, that person should have been shadowing him the entire game. Because he's going to get the ball. Josh Allen's going to throw Stephon Diggs his way. And X should have been the guy eventually on that.
Yeah, I mean,
Steven, for the guy, hey, Steven, for the guys that are blaming Cater, right?
Yeah.
Let me just ask everybody a question. Jalen Ramsey is the top 3 corner in the league, correct?
Jalen Ramsey is the top 3 corner in the league. Yes, no doubt.
Perfect. Okay. Whatever your thing is, Jalen Ramsey is better at this point in his career than Cater Kohou is, correct?
100%.
Oh,
yes.
Perfect. Steven, do you have 2 computers? Or Papa Paul, maybe you're in front of your computer. Can somebody pull up last year, week 1, no injury, or Jalen Ramsey, 100% healthy? Can you pull up Stephon Diggs' numbers from that week 1 matchup last year against Jalen Ramsey?
That shit was like 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. It was nasty.
Yeah,
it was fucking nasty.
So for the people, I only bring that up, Steven, for the people that are killing Cater Kohou, an undrafted rookie, Stephon Diggs is going to cook multiple people.
That's what I said. That's what I've been preaching for the last 10 minutes.
Stop sitting here and trying to blame Cater Kohou because the guy that everybody's saying is going to be our savior, Jalen Ramsey, he got cooked last year by Stephon Diggs. Like, what are we doing?
I'll be honest.
Rashad, to answer your question, if Jalen was healthy, you could have played a zone a little bit better than doing man-to-man on somebody like Stephon.
He would have had to stay in the slot, which would have helped with coverage underneath.
It would have helped
coverage over the top. Yeah. It would have been great.
Yeah, I agree. And by the way, when we do get Jalen back, it's going to be fun to watch. As long as everybody else stays healthy on that defensive secondary, man, he's going to make such a that is going to be the equivalent of going out and getting a big time trade deadline acquisition.
To be honest, I wasn't happy about that Jalen Ramsey.
I'll just add a lot of people are killing Cater. I don't think Cater did that bad of a job. There was 1 touchdown where he got cooked
Oh
There
no,
was another one where he. No,
he did.
wait. Listen. No, listen, because it's about to open your eyes. He got tackled by Brandon Jones,
He didn't get
and then
tackled by
on that
Brandon Jones.
crossing, he got tackled by Brandon when he was holding on to Stephon Diggs' legs. Brendan Jones landed on him.
Oh, I thought
On
they
that
were
quick
bouncing off
slant,
everybody.
there was no receiver of the field, so he left the zone. That was the linebacker zone where Stephon Diggs crowded across the middle. That was on the other side of the numbers. That wasn't man to man. There was just no man to guard over there, so he started floating towards the middle of the field. We're giving him credit for giving up 3 touchdowns when in reality it was, I would say, 1.5, because if Brandon Jones Stephon Diggs doesn't get a 60-yard touchdown.
Yeah, but and I want to let Pamela go after me here. So Flex even said it in the chat here. It was probably a lose-lose situation, to be fair, right, on Sunday. But the fact of the matter is, and I saw John shake his head, agree with me, and Papa Paul, is that there were no second half adjustments to try something different. Hence, you have to put the loss and the blame on Vic Fangio and Mike McDaniel. But I'm also in that same breath going to say it's week 4. So for me to sit here and say that Fangio's a problem, no. He made a bad mistake, in my opinion. He definitely, the loss goes on his record. I'm putting that loss on his record, not on anybody else's, except maybe McDaniel for abandoning the run too. But that's where I'm looking at it. So it's a strike. It's a mark. It is a mark on your record. I will be watching closely. And if in Philly in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, he decides to do that same thing again when we're facing who's the guy there? AJ, is it AJ Brown? Isn't he the guy there? Who's the number 1 there?
They're good and dangerous.
AJ Brown.
AJ
Brown.
The guy from Alabama's there. Devontae Smith. That's they need to have their ish together when facing AJ Brown and Devontae Smith on that Sunday night game.
I'm not that.
So hang on.
Go ahead.
I've been sitting here with my spoon. I got on the apron too.
Okay.
And the chef's hat. I'm fixing to put out a recipe for winning and cook a couple of people.
Right now, y'all let her go.
I'm stirring the pot. I'm stirring it. So our recipe for winning every game, which obviously I don't believe we're going to win every game, but our recipe needs to be to our strengths. Our run game, why abandon the run? Steven, I was saying exactly what you were saying in the comments, that we have to change up the defense. I know that our D coordinator, he wants to go in there and run his scheme, but he himself has said he does not have the players he needs. So what does that mean? You have to have some type of hybrid where you can start adding in your scheme as your players get it. Until then, you need to change up that scheme to suit the players that you have to their strengths. To go to their weaknesses makes no sense. So that adjustment at halftime needed to happen. Cater needed some help. I mean, to leave that guy all game long with Diggs running wild the entire game, that was just rough.
Cater.
They abandoned Cater. They abandoned the run. They abandoned Cater. And I think that the whole point about the run, like I understand when you get down a lot of points, you feel like you got to abandon the run. But if we kept running the ball, which obviously Achane could do, no problem. Yep. And then, of course, we want to switch it up with Mostert because he has had a lot of success as well. Use the players. Why did we stop using Smythe, for example?
All right, so let me pause you for 1 second because Newbury asked the same question in the chat. He goes, the run was abandoned because the penalties made third downs to long yards to gain. All right, so the problem with that thinking is multiple times over the last few weeks, and I think this is where Pam was going. I don't want to steal your thunder, but I think this is where you were going, was we had a 50-yard gain, a 60-yard gain, a 40-yard gain. Our run game has been so explosive in the first 4 weeks that it's just as good as most teams being in shotgun, chucking the ball downfield. We have been getting humongous gains, explosive ones. So you can't just abandon the run with somebody like Devon Achane in the backfield who's getting 40, 50-yard gains in one swing. Can't do it.
You
right?
can't. You can't do
Yeah.
it.
I mean,
Another thing about the somebody mentioned prevent defense. Honest to goodness, that's what it looked like to me. And I understand zone. I get it. But what we were playing was out in the O zone. The cushion was so large. I literally watched defensive players give a receiver 6 solid yards or more, wait for him to catch the ball, and then tackle or attempt to tackle or whatever. You can't give that kind of cushion. And if you're standing there, wait just a minute. If you are standing there waiting for the guy to catch the ball, why are you not jumping that route? Why aren't you not paying attention to the ball and the quarterback and jumping that route?
Because you can't. And this is what the problem is. This is what we tried to
there is a particular play in my mind. I'm telling you, I would have had time to run over there and intercept that ball.
Miss Pam, but you're talking about one specific play. It's not called prevent. This is what we tried to tell everybody about Vic Fangio. This zone, when you sit back, I mean, everybody that's blaming Cater, K-Flexing, for example, right? What do you want Cater to do when Stephon Diggs, all he's doing is running 5-6 yard slants when you're 8-9 yards off the ball? What do you think's going to happen? This is Vic Fangio's plan, and I'm sorry to keep bursting everybody's bubble that says, well, it's the adjustments. He's not making them. Has you ever seen, Steven is wrong in this first game where he made an adjustment with a minute left to go? Steven,
He did. Obviously, they shut him down.
He just said, go to the Boyer defense.
He had to.
Stop lying. There's a minute 30.
I agree with the whole thing that he made the adjustments necessary to win.
Time out.
There wasn't no adjustments. We just got sacked.
Let me get Lewis.
He said do the Boyer.
Lewis,
He said do
on
the
that
Boyer
last
blitz.
drive, the entire game.
There were sacks in them.
They
Go ahead.
blitzed maybe one time every 2 or 3 drives, right? Maybe one time every 2 or 3 drives. I think they blitzed a total of 13 times that game, and 3 of them came on the very last drive.
Yes,
it was
on with a minute.
It was on.
Stephen,
no. It was only one blitz, Steven.
Hey,
it was only one blitz that drive.
And there was, and again, there was only one, and it comes with a minute 30.
There was a sack. There was an intentional grounding, and there was.
Rashad, the fact of the matter is, Steven,
they made an adjustment in that last drive. Don't
if you feel like it, okay.
Steven, let me ask you a question. With a minute 36 seconds and the Chargers being down by 2 points, what do you think the Chargers are doing, Steven? With a minute 36, are you
putting the ball in
scared?
Herbert's hands?
Right. So what is there is no adjustment. You come after
you
him
put
you
pressure on Herbert, which they clearly
that is
weren't
a
doing
no-brainer,
the
though.
first 3 freaking quarters of that game.
Steven, but that's what I'm trying to tell you, Steven. That's not adjustment. You know that's what you do with a minute 36.
Exactly.
How about
That's
you do
doing
that?
something you
How
have
about you
to.
do that in the first quarter, Steven? How about
Hey,
you
Steven.
do that in the second quarter, Steven? How about you do that in the third quarter, Steven? Not with a minute 35 left.
So two things. Number one, that was Vic Fangio's very first game as defensive coordinator there, and he clearly made an adjustment in that fourth quarter to fix it. Look, you can't.
The man's been coaching for 30 plus years, Steven.
I
can't
said
keep
this to you
saying
this
this
week.
is his first game.
You are not going to sit up here and complain about a win when our defensive coordinator clearly made the right call in that fourth quarter to win that game.
Steven,
Hey,
it's
Steven.
not about the win. It's not about the win or loss.
It is about the win and loss.
No, again, no one's complaining about the wins and loss, Steven. What we're trying to tell you is, though, right? Vic Fangio, out of his old mouth, he already told he don't make adjustments. He doesn't.
I agree with Lewis there, man. I agree with Lewis, and I agree with Steven in the sense that we do need to allow, Vic Fangio some time, to gel with this defense. It's not going to completely fix itself.
He doesn't want time. He doesn't want that excuse.
I want to know. Okay, I understand all that, but I want to know why we abandoned the run when we have a guy who is averaging 12.6 yards a game just the last game.
I have
just
no
the last game.
I have no answer for that.
I got an answer.
That's because you got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle on the field. That's how you come back. You have a quarterback that came back in the fourth quarter last year.
No, you don't.
You have a quarterback that came back in. You have a quarterback that came back last year in the same situation.
We abandoned the run long before that and could have been making first downs constantly.
I would say we abandoned. I would say we fumbled the ball. I would say we fumbled the ball trying to run the ball.
You're screaming in the mic.
No, that was Mostert, not Ashawn, not Devon.
But you're saying abandoned the run. That's a running back. We were down 14. We were down 14, still running the ball, and we caught it up.
Baltimore? Remember
That's why you don't give the ball to Mostert anymore. You give it to Ashawn, who's ran 101 yards on 8 carries.
That's what Fangio did in week 1, but he said, let's do the
You're right, and now we're down.
You don't run down. You don't run when you're down 31-14 at
You have to put it in there so you can pass. And what happened to using the tight end? I mean, why did we abandon that? No, we abandoned it after the first quarter.
What
get the ball after the first quarter?
I won't say after the
Durham
first,
Smythe is not getting you in the back of the game.
But after halftime, we clearly didn't utilize the run the way we did in the first half.
Okay,
you're
what
down
gets you
that second touchdown?
You know what gets you a touchdown?
Okay, but
making first downs get you a touchdown, and when you can't make a first down on a pass, run the fucking ball. Excuse my language.
Run the ball.
$2.
Run the ball.
Pop a ball.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Steven.
But we're the best team in the third down, dude. Why run the ball? We pass better than anybody.
Sorry.
We pass better than anybody in the third down. Go look at the fucking stats. I'm just saying. My name's
Swear jar fins up Winsy. That's $2.
Yeah, I'll donate whatever. But what I'm saying is, we are the best team in the third down. Why are we gonna fucking run? Oh, sorry, that's 2. Why are we gonna run the ball?
Hey, keep it going, bro.
But why are we gonna run the ball when we're the best passing third down team? Like, look over the next the last 3 years.
So can I answer that?
The pass wasn't working.
Exactly.
What about the pass to Tyreek in the end zone?
Wendy, let me ask.
They're jamming up Tyreek.
But he got jammed. He got jammed against the Patriots, and he still got the ball. You saw that.
It's 2 different teams you're talking about.
That just shows how good the Bills are.
No, I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that.
Hold up one second.
Let Steven talk.
Here's my answer for you, bud. 31 of the 32 NFL teams, maybe 30 of the NFL teams. That is a correct statement. You should you should, when you're down by 21, 28 points, be chucking the ball 9 out of every 10, if not 10 out of every 10. Okay.
Exactly.
But we have Devon Achane, who clearly has shown in the
But we have Tua. We have Tua.
Let me finish.
Who do you trust more?
Let Steven finish.
I'm gonna get there. Let me cook. I'm cooking here. Okay. Let me put the meal in the pot and stir it up, and let me deliver.
Want to borrow my spoon?
For you, okay. Here's the thing, my guy. We clearly have a guy who has been very explosive, and to Papa Paul's point, has been getting over 12 yards a carry. So
he's right now through the whole year, he's averaging 11.4 yards a carry.
11.4 yards per carry, which is just as good as somebody stepping back in the pocket and throwing it in the fourth quarter. I would agree.
Steven.
Agree with you on 30 of the 32 teams that should be the case. But I promise you on everything. And hold on, let me get to Tua. Yes, Tua can give you a 60-yard chuck down the field on one play.
He's literally the best red zone passer in the league. What are you talking about?
I agree with you. I'm not arguing with you. You're not getting an argument with me from that.
Let him
then
finish.
Why wouldn't we go to what we know?
Well, but Lindsay, here's the thing, dude. We were clearly getting stopped by Buffalo's defense on Sunday. They were and part of the problem with that was Liam Eichenberg playing center. So what do? You need to get it away from the center of that offensive line. They should have been running plays to the outside, to the sidelines, and allowing, even if they were throws in the flat to Alec Ingold or Tyreek Hill or whatever. And if you watch, they tried to do it on a few occasions with no success. But
y'all think Alec Ingold could block?
But in order to set that up successfully, you need to have a good run. Whether you're down 28 or 8 points, it does not matter. The Dolphins abandoned the run in the second half. There's no arguing that. And you can say, hey, in the fourth quarter of the Baltimore game last year, which I was at, by the way, it was amazing. But they didn't have the run game last year that we have this year. They didn't have it at all.
They didn't use it.
They had to do that. And the secondary for Baltimore last year was not the secondary that Buffalo has.
Steven, can I ask you a question quickly?
Yes, go ahead.
So, if they stuff the run all game like they did, what do you do? Who's the most reliable? Or what do you do?
You could argue, Winsy, that they didn't stop the run at all till we stopped running it.
Exactly. So we were getting 3 yards. We were getting 3 yards of carry. So I don't know about what you're talking about, but they stopped the run.
We weren't. No, we weren't.
Oh, okay. Check the.
Let me look.
Let me tell you what the recipe has
3 yards of carry.
Why you do it? Go ahead.
Let me tell you what the recipe has been the previous 3 games. The recipe was we spread the ball all around. Like and we did use Ingold a couple times. Like he only got the ball 1 time. I want to say Smythe only got the ball 2 times. I mean, there may have been a couple more in there.
Hold on.
The recipe.
Here we go. Devon Achane, 8 carries, 101 yards, 1.6 yards per carry. Tyreek Hill, one rushing for 14 yards. Braxton Berrios, 1 rush for 11 yards. And then we had Raheem Moser, who was horrible, absolutely trash. And I love Raheem, but he was trash on that game. What did he have? 2 fumbles, and he had 7 carries for 9 yards, which averaged 1.3 yards.
I was talking about the first half.
And no surfboard.
But in the first half is where we got all those carries, Winsy. That's where I think only 1 or 2 carries happened in the entire second half. That was it. Maybe 3.
If it wasn't Achane, we weren't getting anything. But what made us so dangerous? Are you trying to tell me that we got more than 3 yards carry
on the first half? Because I saw the stats.
No,
I saw it. I looked at it with my own eyes, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
If you take out Achane's carries, by the way, you're at $6. I should let you go, but I know you're good for it, and you already donated $2, so I'll put you back at $4.
You know I'm good for it.
I know you are. The other thing to it is, Winsy, is without Achane's run, you are correct. They averaged 4 yards per carry without his.
Oh, sorry, run. 4 yards.
But
that's what I'm trying to say.
But Winsy, the fact of the matter is that at any point in time, Achane can make that explosive run, and that's why he's there. That's part of the explosiveness of the offense.
Hey, I'm a Dolphins fan like you, right? I'm a Dolphins fan like you, but I'm just trying to point out. I'm
not mad at you. You're my boy. I love you, man. I'm telling you.
Hey, Steven, I got a quick question.
30 teams out of the 32 teams, that is a factual statement. What you and Lewis were saying, but the other ones I don't. Pamela, go ahead, Pamela.
So what I was saying is, and I see a couple comments agreeing with that's okay. So agreeing with me is that what made us so dangerous was you didn't know who was going to get the ball, and the motion, the motion that we had, it could look like a run play, but it was a pass play. It looked like a pass play, but it was a run play. I mean, spreading the ball to like 9 different people, that's what messes up defenses. We didn't come out like that at all, and we allowed them to make us one-dimensional when I don't think we had to be. So I think if we're going to beat the Miami Dolphins with this awesome offense, we have to do what we are good at, and that is spreading the ball around to multiple players, having a very balanced
100%.
offense. Thank you. Yeah.
But
That's
I
the
also think
recipe.
the crowd.
Ham
Go
is
ahead,
on
Sosa.
100%. That's what
Go
the
ahead,
difference was
Sosa.
in the
Let Sosa
game.
go.
I,
Go ahead,
I'm
Sosa.
I
sorry
think the
for
crowd.
interrupting
I
everyone.
think the crowd noise. I think the
100%
crowd noise had a
Ham
lot
is
to do
great.
with getting the plays
Like,
in. Because they couldn't do their motions and all that. You know, like they're struggling getting the play in. They couldn't
But
set
they
up at the
have to
line
be
to do their
prepared for
motions.
that, right?
Exactly. It happened
That's a
last
good
year.
point that you made. The crowd was so loud, but they have to be prepared for that. How are we not
Yeah,
prepared for that? Be
exactly.
prepared.
Wish it were louder instead of wish it were colder.
Exactly. No snowballs. We should have had a great
Hey,
chance.
hey, Steven, I got one question before I gotta go.
Go ahead, buddy.
And it's kind of a dumb question because I think we're gonna clap them cheeks anyway.
No dumb
against the
question.
Giants.
The only dumb question is the one that's not asked. Go ahead, buddy.
But you don't think the ball's on the phone with McDermott how to get the Dolphins out of their rhythm?
Look,
I don't think it's gonna be a close game. I think we're
here's the
clapping
thing.
them.
If anybody knows an opponent, it's your divisional opponent. Your divisional opponent knows you inside and out. So exactly, Papa. If anybody's going to know how to beat us, it's going to be the Jets, the Patriots, or the Bills, right? They're going to know. That's why for years, you know who had the best record against the Patriots and Tom Brady? It was the Dolphins.
Oh, that was
Were
us.
we the better team? No, but we knew what it took to beat Brady and the Patriots for a lot of those meetings, and that was rattle Brady, get in his head, make him feel uncomfortable, and put pressure where we needed to have it. And so the same thing kind of goes hand in hand with McDermott against us, right? Like those numbers that the Bills have against us over the last 3 or 4 years are insane. Like it's sad, but it's not like a team coming off the street and doing this. It's a team that we play twice a year that knows us better than we probably know ourselves in certain situations.
And I know it's a dumb question because the Giants don't have the personnel.
Not a dumb question. Here's the thing. You also have to be able to back that up and execute that. So I tell people all the time, the Giants and the Panthers can run that same execution, but they don't have the same personnel that the Bills have. So they're not going to be able to do it.
You talking about?
What did you say, Rashad?
Oh.
Got that Fangio service.
I just wanted to take this
but I gotta
opportunity
go,
to say
man.
what's up to Color, man.
Love
I
you, brother.
haven't
Be good, man.
said what's
All right,
up.
see y'all
Haven't
later.
talked to you in a while, man. Fins up, bro.
Oh, Color, you're on mute.
Oh, how you guys doing?
What's up, buddy?
Hey,
How are you?
Color.
What's up, Dan? Is that Jana here?
Yeah, this is me, bro.
Yes.
I haven't
How's
been
it
on
going,
in
man?
so long,
How's it
bro.
going? How you
Good.
been?
Thank God, bro.
You know, I bought a Tua T-shirt, right?
Is that right?
Yeah. Words of the game
bro.
against the Broncos.
Nice, bro.
Yeah, so I promised I wasn't going to wash it until we lost.
Right. I already watched all the clothes that I wore for the first 3
That
weeks.
lasted all of 7 days.
Yeah, I had some specific.
Papa Paul said, "For my swear jar and any other, I might say today."
There you go. Nice. Yeah, I watched the clothes that I've been wearing for the last 3 weeks, man. All the dolphin stuff. I'm gonna wear some new ones. See if that helps me out.
Makes a difference after that.
Yeah.
All right, hey, Color. I want to talk with Color for a second. So, Color, I respect your opinion of how you view and look at games, even though we might not always see eye to eye on it. I like where you come from. So my question to you is, Color, do you agree or disagree with my statement? I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and then I want you to take it.
Okay.
Do you agree or disagree that we abandoned the run in the second half? Number two, do you understand why my reasoning of saying that you need to keep with the run with Achane because he can be explosive at any minute? And number three, do you put the loss on the coaches or do you put the loss on Cater Kuhu? I know there's a lot to unpack there.
Well, I'd like to first tackle the second question, if you don't mind, about Cater Kuhu. I did a show on it last night and spoke almost for about an hour and a half on that very subject.
Well, shorten it up for us.
Shorten it up is
yes or no.
Here's the short version. We've got 11 starters on defense, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
And based on what I've observed for the last 4 seasons, you know, in the way that our defense plays overall, including the first 4 games of the season, I think that there are 10 other people that should be on our lips far longer before the best tackler on our football team. I am absolutely disgusted, disappointed, and completely upset about the way the fan base has used Cater Kohu the last 2 days as a whipping boy. And I'm really
that is the last thing that comes to my mind actually is blaming Cater, bro. That is incredible.
Like I can think of exactly 10 other reasons
why
we lost that game on defense before Cater Kohu getting cooked by Stephon Diggs, the 3rd most productive receiver in the league last year, behind Tyreek Hill and Justin Jefferson.
I agree with you, Caller.
Yep, me too.
Do we think Stephon Diggs got all that production off just bad corners last year?
No.
Shout out to Winsey for his $10 donation.
You know, so that's the short answer to that one. The first question you had, yeah, I absolutely disagree that we abandoned the run in the second half.
All right, so we abandoned the second run. All right, so you agree the Cater Kohu.
That's actually why I came up.
So you agree with me the Cater Kohu slanders should not be warranted.
It's ridiculous.
You agree with me that they abandoned the run in the second half. And so the third question I believe I asked is who do you
No, I disagree with you that we abandoned the run in the second half.
Oh, you don't think so?
No, not at all.
Explain.
I think the perception and memory of this game for everybody has completely been Mandelaed.
Okay. I love
because I'm sitting.
Is that my dictionary word of the day? I appreciate it.
Well, have you never heard of the Mandela effect?
I mean, I've heard it, but I like how you just used it. That was really good. I don't think I've ever heard it used that way. But I
used it as a verb. I have now created the verb for Mandela effect. Being Mandela.
Go ahead, keep going though. I want to hear.
So I'm sitting here looking at and you know, I've been saying it for a couple of days. I know Lewis is talking about that's one play, but here's the thing. I recall, and I'm glad I've looked it up on the All 22 right here in front of me. To confirm what I had thought. Okay, so we're talking about first quarter, touchdown them, touchdown us, touchdown them. Second quarter, touchdown us, touchdown them, punt for us. Okay, that's at which point we stopped matching their touchdowns. Okay, and I remember this drive very clearly. Second quarter of the game, let's see. I don't know how much time left because this particular view doesn't show me the
talk about the plays. What happened?
Okay, so here you go. We're on a 3rd and 1. Okay, the first down play. I don't know why we didn't get a first down. It looked like he crossed the sticks, but they marked it bad or whatever. We were at 2nd and 1. Through what detractors would call a almost interception that got dropped on 2nd and 1.
Yeah.
And now we're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Yes.
Now I understand. Now the first pass was successful. It was a screen out to the flat, or it was a dump off out to the flat. Okay. That went for 9 yards. The second one was an almost interception, right?
Yes.
Now on 3rd and 1, this was at which point the network put up the graphic that said, by this point of the game, we were. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get back to my place here. At this point of the game, we had rushed for a total of 20 yards.
And how much time was left in the game?
Oh, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm actually mistaken here. I was at the wrong place. So touchdown. We punted. Okay. They punted. We punted again. Okay, now we're in the third quarter.
When they put up that graphic, how much time was left in this?
Well, I'm that's what I'm confirming right now. Okay, so second quarter, touchdown us, touchdown them. We punted, they punted, we punted. They scored a touchdown. We fumbled.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay, right before the half. So this is about, I would guess, 5 minutes or so left before the half, because they kicked a field goal in 4 plays and ate up 35 seconds on the next drive. And then we punted before the half, right?
Yes.
But before that, on the fumble, this was late in the second quarter, and they had put up the graphic on the screen on the network that we had rushed for a total of 20 yards by that point.
And this is the late in the third?
This is late in the second.
Late in the second. Okay.
Right. Okay. And we had, like I said, Tua had the 9-yard pass, and we had the pass incompletion, which was almost an interception.
Right.
And then on third and one, we fumbled the ball, but we ran a running play when they had the box stacked, and it was snuffed out from the beginning. There were 5 Bills in the backfield.
That's when Raheem
to take down.
Fumbled it.
That was, yes, correct. Okay, now I'm looking at the play. I've got the very play pulled up on video right in front of me here.
Okay.
Okay, and I'm counting.
I know the play that you're
right, but I want to reference the formation. Okay, we've got a bunch formation. They've got the box stacked. Not only do they have the box stacked with a cluster of 3 linebackers and the corners coming in on the edge, but they've got their 2 high safeties about 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. We got Tyreek Hill in the slot.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that play not audible for a touchdown?
Mm-hmm.
I don't give it. I understand running the football 1 yard. We should be able to beat them, whatever, bro. But at that point, we had not demonstrated the ability to run against them. You've got a run defense formation here that could easily be cooked by Tyreek Hill.
I don't remember Josh Allen doing any audibles. Do you guys?
I mean,
No,
Tyreek Hill could,
game
if
plan
Tyreek
is
Hill
better.
if Tyreek Hill would need to get that maybe 15 to 20 yards to beat those 2 safeties. And that would take all of a second, maybe 2 seconds for a drop back or 2. I don't care if they sent the house or not. That's a touchdown.
Last year there was
Josh Allen did no audibles. So what are you talking about?
Instead, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about what should have happened on this play. Okay. Yeah. Instead, we ran the ball, contrary to people's belief about abandoning the run, and we got snuffed out and fumbled.
Last year we audible in that situation.
I'm asking the question of why, when I can think of 20 other plays right now to get 1 yard, considering both sides of the hash marks are wide open, and you've got the safeties drawn up 10 yards off the line of scrimmage, why we couldn't pick up 1 yard with the ball into his hands. I can think of 20,000 plays we could have ran besides that run play.
I didn't like that play either. Real quick, I'm going to let Rashad go. I just want to ask everybody in the chat, if somebody could get me how many rushing attempts we had in the first half.
I'm gonna give it to you right now.
We had in the second.
We had 19 rushing attempts between everybody, and we had 35 pass attempts.
Yeah, but I need to know first half to second half rushing attempts.
Okay, I don't. I'm trying to see that. I don't.
That'd be
I don't
great.
see
Go
that
ahead,
breakdown.
Go ahead, Rashad. If you could look that up, man.
Well, really quick, Stephen D, I can somewhat answer that question because we came out in the third quarter and scored a touchdown. Okay, and on that drive, we had pass incomplete, 7-yard pass. Now get this: 3-yard run, 15-yard run, pass incomplete, 14-yard run, 4-yard run, 17-yard pass, run for no gain, 4-yard run, and a touchdown to Barrios for 11 yards. 2-point conversion failed.
So that's 6 rushes on that.
Seems like we did better in the second half in the run game.
Okay.
We actually did do better in the second half just because.
And then
it was more productive, but I don't think it was more often, right?
Well, what is it supposed to be? It's supposed to be productive. That's how you know it's good.
Of course. That's not my point.
How many total rushing attempts did we have?
On that drive alone, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on that drive alone.
Okay.
And what quarter was that?
That was the first drive of the third quarter, and we scored a touchdown.
All right, Pamela, finish that up, but I'm gonna let Rashad go while you're finishing that up. So that's 6 in that opening drive. I want to know. Go ahead, Rashad. You're on mute, buddy.
Good Lord. Yeah. To close point. Audible. That's a great question. Last year, Tua noticed the safety was a little too close to the box. He seen the one-on-one with Tyreek. The only difference I can think of, Tyreek was on the boundary instead of the slot.
You're breaking up. You're breaking up, Rashad. You got that Vic Fangio cell service. That's not my joke. Somebody else said that this morning, but I'm going to use it.
Can you hear me now?
So, by the way, Fuedo Spike said 12 rushes in the second half, and 6 of them came on that opening drive. So that for the rest of the entire second half, only 6 other rushing attempts were made.
Right, but how's that? We didn't do any of that in the first half. So how did we abandon the run?
Because for the rest of the game, he only had 6 additional rushing attempts.
Mm-hmm.
By that point, we were down by 21 points, Steven.
It shouldn't matter.
It was working. You just said it was working.
I understand. To get us back to 14 down.
Okay, and it worked.
Okay, but we still are limited on time.
I mean, I hear you. And as I said earlier, 30 out of 32 teams, that is an accurate statement. But they should have stuck with it.
Let me ask you this. When was our well, I guess we didn't score any more than that. That was our last touchdown.
That was our last score, dude.
Yes. Yeah, well, there you go.
And it worked. So they should have stuck with it.
I understand, but we've spent 5 minutes off the clock to do that.
But so be it. That's more time that Josh Allen doesn't have the ball in his hand.
I understand.
Exactly.
Bro. But he still had the ball in his hands. And what did he do?
And then when he got the ball back, he scored in like 2 minutes. What are y'all doing here?
What was the score?
I know, bro. It's like
what was the score at halftime?
I'm sorry to tell y'all, this whole we abandoned the run game thing. You're not going to win the game running the ball when you're down by 20 plus.
We literally failed to get a first down by the run game.
A bunch of home run runs, you're not going to win that way. It's never going to.
We did not fail to get a first down by the run game.
Hold on. In the first, I just demonstrated late in the second quarter that we chose to run instead of pass and could not pick up a first down as such.
But in the opening drive of the third quarter, we rushed the ball 6 times and we went down and scored. So
we only had 20 first downs the whole game. We had 8 from rushing first downs and 12 from passing.
Steven, don't you think that the Buffalo defense was allowing us to have that run game?
They were playing pass. They were up 24 points. I'm going to play pass. You can run the ball all you want.
Because it burns the clock and ends the day.
Did we not learn from last year when we was running the ball effectively last year against them, and we still was trailing by 8 points, and it was a passing game that's got us in the game?
Okay, hold on. Can we pause for 1 second? Let me I want to pause for 1 second. The game of football, yes, that is an accurate term. When you're down big, you abandon the run and you go to the pass. We've seen it for years. We understand how that works. Nobody's arguing that point.
Sounds like you are.
Okay. So here's my argument to everything. In this particular offense, when you have a player as explosive as Devon Achane seems to be, and it clearly worked in the opening drive of the third quarter, and if that next drive happened in the second and the third drive, they obviously threw the ball.
What do you think we've been doing for 25 years, bro? Trying to come back with our running game? We've been trying to come back from no, wait a minute. We've been trying to come back from 20-point deficits for the last 25 years with a run game. It doesn't work.
It wasn't that successful that opening drive of the third.
There's a reason they abandon the run when you're down that much.
We got those big carries in the fourth.
Somebody agrees with me. Somebody's cheering me, bro.
I just want to say Steven has just figured out the solution. He's innovated football in a way that no coach has been able to do for the history of football.
24 points,
when you're down 20, you keep running. Yeah, you got it. Go apply
And
that
what do you
job,
think,
Steven.
Stephen D? And what do you think they're going to do when they get the ball back after that? They're going to continue to run. And guess what they were able to do against us?
We ran more in the second half than we did the first.
No, the play, no. The yards were so you clearly saw on that opening drive they ran 6 times, and Suedo Spike just said that we ran the ball a total of 12 times in the second half, which means
19 the game.
For the entire rest of the game after that first drive to open up the drive, which how long was that? 6 minutes? Was that a 6-minute drive or a
5 minutes and 13 seconds?
5 minutes and 30 seconds. For the rest of the game, we ran the ball a total.
Right. And what do you think they're going to turn around and do when they get the ball back with a 14-point lead?
Okay, hold up though. Okay,
exactly. You're running the clock out on yourself, Steven. It's just math.
But come on, guys. In the third quarter, you should still be trying to run the ball, and they didn't do it.
Steven, you know what? No, we want to do it.
You're going to lose by 40.
Steven, if we were down by a touchdown.
Steven, do you understand that we had to at least establish it? So I agree with you on that point. But once we established we could, we had to use that to our advantage to pass the ball to save time.
But they didn't.
Man, you just said they did. We only ran it 6 more times after that.
What I'm saying is they to establish it to make an effective passing game. But I mean, we couldn't do anything in the second.
The 6 more times after that was a reminder that we could still do it. That opened up the pass. Now, what we did with that was our fault if we couldn't do anything with that passing game.
Pamela, do me a favor. So we know that opening drive had 6 carries, right?
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Somebody go find me the 6 additional plays.
They lost Tre'Davious White. Why are we going to run the ball on them?
Give me the 6 additional plays. I want to know the time that it was run. Like it was 5 minutes left on the clock. They were down X amount. That's what I want to know.
Good point, Taller. If they corner goes down, why are you running the ball on them?
Both corners were there.
Hey, Steve. How y'all doing?
That's just malpractice, schematic malpractice.
I'll tell you why you run the ball. And Steven, I agree with you 100%.
Thank you, Ron. I appreciate it.
Shout out to everybody on the panel. The reason why you run that ball is twofold. You got
to lose the game. That's
you got to
lose the game.
Keep the other team honest.
Shut up, Crypto.
When you got to keep the other team honest. And
that's a fallacy to say that you want to keep the team honest. When you have a 21-point deficit, there's no such thing as honesty.
I've been listening to y'all argue on this thing, man, for a minute. Y'all gonna let somebody else talk?
No, Crypto's not. Go ahead, Ron. Go ahead,
Ron.
You'll talk, Ron.
I mean, come on, man. Everybody listening. We all can't talk at the same time, man. So let me get my point off. If you run the football,
yes,
that team that's killing you, mind you, you're on the road in hostile environments. Everybody on this panel can agree the defense couldn't stop a nosebleed. They couldn't stop a high school team. So you're not running the ball. Your passing game that y'all crying about wasn't that effective neither. Let's just be true about it.
They didn't score.
You know what I mean? It wasn't that effective. You're playing with 2 backup linemen, and one of them don't even need to be on this team, in Leon Eichenberg. So you look at the factors. Even your coach came out and said it, and I even said it watching that game. I said, why aren't we running more? And I hear what y'all saying in hindsight. And you look at it, yeah, we know passing gets you down the field quickly, but guess what? When you got a running back that when he touch it has the ability to take it to the house, it ain't pretty, but guess what? It's effective. And what you needed to do in that game, you needed to slow Buffalo down from getting on the field. Actually, we were supposed to take the approach that teams should take against us because our offense is explosive. Yep. What do you do against an explosive team? You try to run the ball and limit their touches during the game. That score, had we ran the ball, it wouldn't have got up to almost 55 points.
And we should have done that from the beginning.
And guess what? Last year's game, when we was running the ball effectively last year's game against them, and we was down by 8 points at halftime.
This game is no different in a lot of ways.
Okay,
from the last time we played.
Respectfully,
running the ball against them last time in that snow game. We was down by 8 points by halftime. Let's stop getting selective amnesia.
Respectfully, I don't care. 466. What are y'all doing right now? We ain't gonna get 466 running the ball. Relax, guys.
Our offense wasn't that great. You saw what happened. You all saw what happened once the guy that
Cat 305 with his $5 donation said, rumor is they were pumping in artificial crowd noise to prevent Miami from calling audibles and also mess with the timing on the motion plays. I've not heard that.
Man, this has to be some of the dumbest, weakest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Swear jar, sir.
Man, I'm so tired of this. Do y'all realize? Again, I just got up here. Like Ron said, let me just get it out. We're down 31-14.
Okay.
At halftime. What the hell are you talking about?
No, we were.
Do you realize? Hold on,
we were down 31-20 at halftime, sir. Get your score right.
No, we were down 31-14.
No, we didn't score until the third quarter.
Sorry, I'll get my.
Get it right, Steven.
I'm sorry.
Get your facts right, Steven. And then we come out and we run the ball 6 times on that drive. And then we're down 31-20. We forced Buffalo to punt. You know what our offense did after that?
Nothing.
Fumbled the ball. Running the ball. Running the fumbling.
So what did your passing game do?
I'm sorry. On 3rd and 7, we ran the ball and failed.
No, who fumbled it? Who fumbled it?
No. That's incorrect. Hold on. No. That's incorrect. I'll tell you what happened.
A running back fumbled it.
I'll tell you what happened right now, if you allow me to. Okay, they came out and kicked a field goal. We came back out on the second drive of the second half, and it had a pass incompletion and an interception. They came out and scored a touchdown. We came out after that, had a 19-yard pass, a 6-yard run, a -2-yard run, a 5-yard pass, and turnover on downs because Tua was sacked. And they came out and scored a touchdown again.
So what you're saying is
and then we came out and had a 55-yard run, an 8-yard run, a 4-yard run, a -5-yard penalty, a 7-yard pass, 2 incomplete passes, and turnover on downs. That was after they had already scored 2 more touchdowns on us.
And a field goal. They had already came up 17 points.
Right.
Now, if I'm allowed to talk, this dumbass narrative that we abandoned the run game. How do you want to keep running when you're down 28?
We did abandon the run.
How do you want?
Then how we have a 55-yard run? How do we have a 55-yard run?
Because Devon Achane is
right on their third string defense because they were up by 30 points by that time.
The question is, how do you abandon the run? How do you keep running the ball if you're down 20? How?
What did y'all?
Can I answer the question? Or are you going to talk over me?
First of all, I haven't even. Hey, first of all, Steven, people have been talking over me.
Sir, are you going to let me answer the question, Lewis?
So now everybody can talk over me, but now I'm the one that called out.
I'm winding you up like a toy, sir. Okay.
No, that's some bullshit.
Well, I'm just saying, by the third quarter, we had not demonstrated we could run the ball at all.
Shut up.
All right.
Well, we abandoned the run in the second quarter.
Y'all got some archaic ways of thinking about how football games are won.
Not.
This is not the 70s. This is not the 70s.
Okay, Crypto, let me talk. I understand Dre's comment about Steven reinvented the way coaches have been doing things forever. The reality is we've never seen this offense before, ever. Yes, Tua is the best passer in the game right now this year. Okay, he is. Okay, that cannot be argued. but they literally ran the ball an additional 6 times. 6 other attempts for the rest of the game.
And I'm gonna tell you something, Steven. Those 6 runs should have been passes. Don't care. 466.
Exactly.
Look.
Exactly.
Let me state a fact here.
Thank you.
Except for the 55-yard when we got on their third string defense.
Well, let me state a fact
Exactly,
here.
JB.
Devon Achane scored the first 2 touchdowns.
Yep.
The second touchdown in the second quarter was scored at 2 minutes and 13 seconds into the second quarter. After that, we basically abandoned the run the rest of the second quarter.
We did. And look, I get
we literally chose to go to a run on 3rd and 1 in the second quarter.
We're not talking about this. Nobody's sitting. All right. So, in my opinion, I'm not. Nobody is saying they.
I'm gonna need y'all to be honest about them first 2 drives.
The passing game is the reason why we didn't lose 48
he literally we abandoned the run in the second quarter.
I'm saying the second half.
The threat of our passing game is the reason why we didn't lose 48 to nothing.
But somebody said something about the first 2 touchdowns were rushing touchdowns. No, the pass is what got us to the red zone. It wasn't the run game. It was the pass game that got us to the red zone.
But it was the run game that scored the touchdown.
Mostly to Durham Smythe.
All right, so I'm not worried about how the touchdowns were scored. I am worried about attempts, right? How is stuff executed and why is it executed?
There simply was more in the second half than there was the first.
No,
exactly,
guys. Correct me if I'm wrong, which I know you guys will. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. You guys are basically saying because we were down so much, you can't look at it as abandoning the run because they had no choice but to throw it because we were down so much. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes.
All right. So all right. So if somebody could just answer these questions for me, and I think Color, you have it in front of you. So the Dolphins they rush 6 times, they go down, they take 5.5 minutes off the clock, right? Then Buffalo does. What does Buffalo do?
They kick the field goal.
They kick a field goal. How much time did they take off the clock?
They took off. Let me get back up there. End of half. There's our touchdown. There's their field goal. They took 4 minutes off the clock.
All right. So
So now we've already eaten up. We've already eaten up close to 10 minutes of the quarter.
Okay. And the score is there's a 21 or 22 point deficit at that point, right?
No, that was at which point we failed the 2-point conversion. It was an 11-point deficit at that point.
It was an 11-point
and
deficit.
Then they kicked the field goal.
So it's an 11-point deficit at that point.
Right, correct. We came out.
And then they kick a field goal, which makes it 14.
No. The field goal made it an 11-point deficit.
No, they put it up 14.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're correct. You're correct. You're correct. Yes, you're correct.
Right, so now it's 14.
Correct.
How much time is left on the clock in the 14-point deficit?
There's about 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
Okay,
right.
So what did the Dolphins do on that next drive?
We threw 2 passes. One of them was for an interception. To Robbie, intended for Robbie Chosen.
Which I'm not going to sit here and complain about a interception.
Hold on, though. Hold on. The first play was an incomplete pass, shotgun Liam Eichenberg to Miami 19 for -6 yard fumbles recovered by Tua at Miami 19. Tua throws pass incomplete, short left to K. Jonathan, whoever that is.
So Raheem Mostert was in the game at this point because he fumbled, and then it was still it was recovered by us, thank God. And then
Tua picked up the ball and threw it.
He fumbled twice in this game. They recovered one of them.
And then on the next play, he threw the interception intended for Chosen, intercepted by Micah Hyde at the Miami 48.
All right. So timeout. So this is where we're at. We're now under 5 minutes in the game.
We're about at 5 minutes left in the game.
We're about 5 minutes left in the third quarter.
Buffalo's got the ball at the Miami 25.
They're almost in the red zone at this point because of the
turnover. Correct.
So they go and score a touchdown.
They burn 2 minutes off the clock
and score a touchdown. So now it's 21 points.
Now we're down by 21.
And it's about 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Correct.
What happens now? What do the Dolphins do now?
We had a 19-yard pass.
Okay.
To Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
We had a 6-yard run to Mostert. We had a -2-yard run to Mostert. And we had a 5-yard pass to Berrios. And then Tua was sacked on 4th down for a turnover on down.
Doesn't matter. You're down 21.
So timeout.
Are we doing play-by-play right now?
Yes, we're breaking this down.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
Well, real quick, we're almost done, guys. We're almost done. I want to go through this with him. I'm going to take him right down his logic bomb.
Okay, so now we're down 21. We
Correct.
turn the ball over with Tua's sack.
Right.
Okay. And by the way, that was 2 straight drives that Raheem Mostert was in the game, not Devon Achane. And the best thing that Mostert did in that particular drive was a 6-yard run. That was it. He fumbled and got lucky that it didn't get turned over there, and that was it. He had a loss for a run. So that's 2 straight drives that Devon Achane is not in the game that Mostert is. Now, how much time is left on the clock now? Well, I think we're in the 4th quarter now, if I'm correct.
But we didn't abandon the run.
Keep in mind, Steven, Mostert is a running back, correct?
But we didn't abandon the run. Okay.
That's what you're losing sight of, Steven. Mostert is a running back.
By the way, that's the end of the 3rd quarter, by the way. Okay. We're now entering the 4th quarter.
We're into the 4th quarter.
Right.
I would agree with you that it doesn't sound like we abandoned the run, but we definitely had the wrong person.
Okay, well, let's finish this then. So guess what they did?
Now we're in the 4th.
So they've got the ball.
Okay.
We turned over on downs.
They turned over on downs?
No, we turned over on downs to end the 3rd quarter.
With Tua sack.
Right, correct.
Okay. Now
they've got the ball at the Miami 45. They took 3 plays in 44 seconds to score a touchdown.
Okay. So and at that point
so
it's 41 to 20, right?
Now we're down by 28.
All right, so it's 48 to 20.
Right.
So now we're in the 4th quarter, and we know that they ran the ball probably 4 or 5 times.
Correct.
So I think they run the ball maybe 1 or 2
Correct.
times in 28.
Wait, no. Let's finish this. No, don't do that. Let's finish this because you're about to get pwned right now, bro. Okay. No. Look, right this very drive, you're about to get pwned, bro.
So all right. So
don't run away now.
I'm not running away. All right. So now we go into. So now we're down 28. It's we get the ball, our first possession.
There's virtually still the entire 4th quarter left because they only took 44 seconds off the clock.
Left, we're down 28 points, which, by the way,
right.
Miami's been in this situation before and has won
again.
So
correct.
Now,
not running the ball.
All right,
okay,
we're going to get there. What is the first drive that happens in the 4th quarter for the Dolphins?
Okay. 55-yard run by Devon Achane.
The moment we change personnel.
Okay, fine. 8-yard run by Achane.
Okay, which is more than Raheem is.
Okay.
That's more than 2/3 of his freaking total yardage for the whole day.
Finish, man.
I got you.
4-yard run by Mostert.
Okay.
5-yard penalty against us.
Okay.
7-yard pass, short middle to Smythe. That brings up okay, so that's now 7-yard pass, and then on 2nd and 6, passing complete, short left to Waddle.
All right.
And then 3rd and 6, passing complete, short left to Achane. Then on 4th down, with 11:56 left in the quarter, Tua sack, minus 11 yards.
Turnover on downs.
Yep, turnover on downs. Then miraculously, our defense, as bad as they were, held Buffalo to a punt.
Okay.
I don't even remember.
And we're still down 28.
But they burnt a minute 43 off the clock. So now at 10 minutes left in the game.
Okay, still down 28.
Right. With 10 minutes left in the game, 17-yard pass, 11-yard run by Berrios. 23-yard pass deep left to Ingle. 5-yard penalty. 1-yard pass to Waddle. 8-yard sack, 5-yard penalty, 10-yard penalty, 4-yard pass, 5-yard penalty, turnover on downs, pass short to Wilson. Buffalo gets the ball back, burns off 5 minutes, and ends the game.
When did Raheem make the official
They
turnover?
burn off 5 whole minutes to end the game.
So I submit again that we did not abandon the run.
Hold on. I have a question, Color. My first question is, when did Raheem make the official fumble that was turned over?
That was late in the second quarter on 3rd and 1.
So again, if you let me finish my statement, and then you guys can kill me or do whatever you want to
on
say.
a play that could have been easily audible to a pass play to pick up that first down.
Okay.
I just did all this, Stephen. I want you to I broke it down by quarter. So I might be like one off. I might have gotten like a little bit off.
And then I'm gonna say my piece. Go ahead.
First quarter, 3 runs. Second quarter, we had that was actually the third, 4 runs. Third quarter, we only had 3 more runs the rest of the third quarter, other than the 6 runs, and 2 of them were by Tua in that first drive in the third quarter. So we only ran the ball 3 more times after that. And then the fourth quarter, we had 4 runs, and Tua was one of those as well.
All right. So
now on that 55-yard run, Stephen D, you don't think that they were expecting us to pass the ball, and that might have opened up the run?
We probably were, which is why. All right. So a couple things.
Well, why would they expect us to pass the ball?
I think. Give me a sec. On Monday, I came onto the show and I opened up the show and I said, "Look, I put the loss on 2 people: Vic Fangio, Mike McDaniel."
Agreed.
And I said I put the loss on McDaniel, part of it because he abandoned the run. Let me retract.
Fair enough, bro.
Let me sidestep. Allow me the opportunity.
I know. Fair enough, Stephen D. Go right ahead, buddy.
I should have said, or should be saying, that McDaniel lost us the game because he didn't play the right personnel at certain times during the game, and he didn't make the right play calls
at certain times of the game. Absolutely. I'm 100% agreement. None of which has anything to do with Cater Kohu. Thank you very much. And I'll end with that. I got to run. I got to make a phone call.
I will concede to the notion that I shouldn't have said they abandoned the run. But I will.
But we spent the last 2 days excoriating Cater Kohu.
I think it's
unbelievable.
No, some people did. Not some people. Did.
Everybody did. That's all I've been talking about for the last 2 days, Pamela.
He needed help.
I gave shared blame to everybody. Nobody
my
took
biggest
blame
problem
in
with
my
that whole
analysis.
game was watching that second-year player going up against Stephon Diggs.
Now,
when you got Xavier Howard on the other side, who's an All-Pro, and you don't even put Xavier on him. Xavier, he wasn't hurt; he was playing. So why do you have this young fella on this guy one-on-one? It blew my mind. It just really blew my mind.
But seriously though, Stephen, everybody have a great one. I really got to run. I got to make a phone call.
You too, Color.
So I got to run too, guys. My cooking and recipe, I've given it to you for our win for the rest of the season, what we got to do. So I'm out. Thanks, Stephen. Good afternoon, guys. I'll see you tonight.
Be good. So all right, let me I just want to state clearly for people to hear. I will retract my statement of the Dolphins abandoned the run, but I sidestep to say that I want to say that I blame McDaniel for personnel and play calling. Now, I like what CB83 just said. Very easy to play Monday morning quarterback. Everybody is the best OC the day after the game. You either trust the play calling or you don't. Take the good with the bad. I have to say, I don't think everything is black and white. I don't think that I can say that and feel. Look, the reality of the situation is, yes, we have a top 10 offense in the NFL. Yes, McDaniel's the reason for it. Yes, I like McDaniel a lot, but McDaniel screwed up on Sunday. He shouldn't have had Moser in the game in that especially that second drive in the third quarter.
Wait. What? Mostert shouldn't have been in the game? What are we saying right now?
Yes, Moser shouldn't have been in that. He shouldn't have been in the second drive in that third quarter. It should have been Achane.
Guy had two
What?
fumbles. He should have been benched.
Yeah.
He had 2 fumbles at that point, and he wasn't doing well.
Y'all are so extreme. So if Tua throws two interceptions, you should bench him? Is that what y'all doing right now? Mostert's a part of the offense. Your players are going to make mistakes. You don't take them out the game because they're making mistakes. Clearly, there's a running back rotation between Mostert and Achane.
I hate bringing up this.
Y'all are insane right now. What are we doing?
It kills me to say this. It absolutely
Yeah,
hurts
Steven, why are you doing this?
But Bill Belichick, if you fumble in a game, you're out for the rest of the game.
I don't give a... Oh, my God. Okay.
Hey, Steven, real quick. Hey, Steven, real quick, man.
Listen.
I
Keep
came
that
up here
same
'cause
energy for Tua. He threw an interception. Put Mike White in the game.
Ron was trying to make a point, and nobody was letting him talk. And what he was saying was on point. I just wanted to see if Ron can have an opportunity to speak.
All right, I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah, it was just the whole thing. You know, we know the league has changed. Ain't nobody blind about that. You know, it's a passing league. But when you getting dominated, the way Buffalo was going up and down the field on us, everybody knows. When you facing a high potent offense, the best thing to do is to try to slow them down with your running game. Eat the clock.
And you go with the hot hand.
You
go with the hot hand.
Yeah, especially when you know your defense can't stop them.
Yep.
It was apparent early that we could
Moser.
not stop Buffalo with our defense.
And I'm not saying you bench him for the rest of the game. I am just saying that second drive of the third drive in the third quarter, which was the second drive back-to-back for Moser. He should not have been the running back on that drive. It should have been Achane.
First of all, I think you're insane by saying.
I tell y'all right now, before the end of the season, it's going to get to a point where I do believe the young fella is going to leapfrog him. I do believe that.
He already has.
I do believe
he
that.
already leapfrogged him, but it's not in our DNA to eat clock. We're not built that way.
By the way, everybody in the chat that's saying, "Oh, if Tom Brady fumbled, he should get benched," or blah blah blah, quarterback or interceptions, they should get benched. No, I am clear. And by the way, I think you guys are trying to take my comment to the extreme. My comment,
your comment is extreme, Steven.
It's in our DNA to match their point total.
My comment was
not to eat the clock and play cowardly.
Of the second half in the third quarter, which was back-to-back drives for Moser, coming off when he had his prior 2 drives, he fumbled. His prior 2 drives, he fumbled the ball. It should have been Achane in that third drive.
You keep saying that third drive like they don't.
That second fumble, he didn't.
You realize we had the possession. We had the ball 11 times, Steven.
Steven, you keep saying that third drive as if like Mostert and Achane don't switch out in between plays. It's not like it was just Raheem Mostert's drive. Like, what are you doing? Have you watched the Dolphins game?
Did you
think you'd be like, Mostert, you're the running back for this drive. Achane, you're the running back for this drive. That's not how it works.
I could be wrong. I don't think I am. I'm pretty sure I clearly heard Colors say that the second and third drive, the only people to take rushes in that second and third drive of the second half was Moser. It wasn't Achane.
Okay.
In the second half, they split.
And if Achane did take one in the second and third drive, it was 1, maybe 2.
Okay. Listen. All right, you got it. Just we gonna split them by drives. I got it.
I'm just stating you should. Ron. I think Ron agrees with me. Ron left. That you should have went with the hot hand, and Achane was the hot hand in that particular moment. It's not about abandoning Moser. It's not about saying Moser should be benched for the rest of the game. It's clearly talking about we need a spark, and the spark can come from Achane. Let him play.
I was the head coach. He would have been benched the rest of the game.
Steven, if those touchdowns that Achane ran, you don't think Mostert could have ran those same touchdowns? He ran it the previous week. Stop it. That's not getting amnesia.
Against Denver's defense. But by the way, I'm not saying that Moser can't do it. I'm just saying he clearly was off. He had 2 fumbles in his 2 prior drives that he played in. He was off.
And I agree. You can't play every game perfect.
Yeah.
So if someone's down, the next person's got to step up.
That's it. That's all.
I'm not saying A-Chan shouldn't have got more carries, but I don't think a fumble, you should change your game plan. If your game plan is
2 fumbles, it wasn't one.
Okay. All right. You guys got it. Listen, y'all. Listen. Okay. My bad. Next time, when A-Chan has his first fumble, listen, give the ball to Raheem the rest of the game.
No, nobody's saying that. Nobody is going to that extreme.
You know what, Andrevius?
But that's what you.
I found out something. I found out something very interesting today from us Dolphin fans that I didn't never know from the game of football. When you're down 28, we should stay running the ball.
No,
that's what I found out.
So by the way, Lewis,
you know what, Stephen? You know what, Stephen? I blame Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos when Miami was beating them by 40. They should have kept running the ball. Maybe they would have had a chance
today. That's what the rest of this show is going to be. Just extreme.
Maybe they should have had. Maybe Sean Payton should, when they're down 40, they should have ran the ball more so they could have did what? This last hour of this show has been absolutely horrible.
Horrible. Just trash.
People are crying because we abandoned the run. We're down 20 points.
We're down 28 points.
But A-Chain, oh my God, we didn't give him the ball. Do you hear how ridiculous that sounds, Stephen?
I'm telling you
Are you trying to secretly pat stab for A-Chan? Is that what you're trying to do? Because down 28 points is not going to do anything.
I'm championing Devon A-Chan.
What you sound like is what other fan base is going to accuse you of stat padding.
I hereby do declare Stephen Daniels as the president of the Devon A-Chan fan club.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be the vice president.
You do not get to be the president of the A-Chan fan club. You do not get to be the president of the A-Chan fan club. I remember you.
The A-Chan club, whatever how you pronounce his last name. He's been carrying
I don't care.
fantasy. He's gotten me 2 wins. That guy. I love A-Chain.
And just so you know, just so you know, it's actually pronounced Devon Ashan.
I don't know how to pronounce that.
I thought it's A-Chan.
He said A-Chan out of his mouth.
A-Chan.
Yeah.
He said A-Chan.
Okay. Either way, A-Chain is a nickname. Is what I heard, but it's A-Chan. Okay, I heard Devon Ashan at one point.
But it don't matter what his name is. All I know, when you're down 30, give him the ball.
That's right, Lewis. Thank you.
Now it was 21, then it was 28, now it's 30.
He'll solve all your damn problem. If you're down 45,
Lewis, I just want to make sure you heard me correctly. Okay, I clearly retracted my statement about abandoning the run and said that my new statement, my sidestep statement is, and I have no problem saying I sidestepped, is that McDaniel should be blamed for personnel decisions and play calling.
No, he shouldn't.
Yes, he should have.
No, he shouldn't.
Yes,
The blame, this is, and Andrevius can vouch for me on this. This is why the past 2 days, everybody, Batman, oh, it's Liam Eichenberg. Oh my God, what are we gonna do? That's how Batman sounded. Everybody on Twitter and everybody else.
Can you imitate Batman one more time for me, please? I didn't quite get it the first time.
What are we gonna do with Liam? Because oh my God, man, stop. The problem is the damn defense. The problem is that we couldn't stop a nosebleed. But people want to blame the running back. Oh my God, we didn't give him no carries. Liam Eichenberg, what are we gonna do? Now you're with McDaniel. Then stop.
I said it early in the show, Lewis.
Fangio that has been trash. The problem here is people like Stephen D, people like Batman, people that hated Josh Boyer and was vouching that Vic Fangio, the key master, was going to unlock Christian Wilkins, the key master that was going to come up here and hold teams to 13 to 17 points. The fact of the matter is, you guys are wrong about that. Vic Fangio has been trash. That's what he is.
Tell him.
Period. And the
Lewis, can I ask a question, Lewis?
Stephen Ross not a master of none.
We're definitely way above that 17-point average.
Stephen
I
Ross.
just
We're more
wanna
like
say I've tuned
almost
Lewis
40
out at
points a
this
game give it up.
The reason that people can't admit that Vic Fangio has been trash is because those people are the ones that were blaming Boyer every time something happened last year.
Calm down.
But now
You're
the
gonna have a
defense
stroke.
has got worse, and now all of
Lewis,
a sudden it's
Lewis,
the players.
Lewis, how many sacks does Christian Wilkins have?
0.
What, half a sack? Half?
I think he got one. I think he got one.
They gave that to him, Andrevius. We both know that.
That was a token gift.
Steven, real quick, I'm going to be out of here.
I was told Christian Wilkins was going to have 15 sacks this season.
That's what I was told.
Exactly. That's what I was told as
And
well.
when I said I love Christian Wilkins, but he's just not that kind of player, I was yelled at. I was told I'm the problem. I'm an idiot. That he's gonna.
Guys. I gotta abruptly end the show because I got a phone call with Philadelphia for the Philly game for my tailgate. I totally forgot about because I'm on Central Time Zone.
Boo this man.
Boo this man.
Boo.
Okay,
You
real
abandoning
quick,
your show.
Steven, if you haven't seen, I made a Philly invasion little video. I tagged you in it on Facebook if you haven't seen it yet. It will be on my talk show tonight. So
I appreciate it, Papa.
Peace, love, and fins up, everybody.
Hey, just as a reminder for everybody to listen, we only have tailgate tickets left for the Philly Finvasion. Tailgate tickets left, and you can get your free. Right now, we have over 180 RSVPs for the meet and greet the night before. It's going to be 180 plus people. I think we're going to have over 230, 240 people at the meet and greet the night before. But it's going to be awesome. But yeah, we need if you want your tailgate tickets, buy them now. Buy them now before they sell out. If you want your tailgate tickets, all inclusive, all you can drink, all you can eat. It's going to be great. DJ, it's 1 block away from the stadium. If you're going to the game in Philadelphia, go to tailgreeter.com, download the app, and get your ticket. It's going to be good stuff. Okay? Pop, I appreciate it. Love you, brother.
I got my ticket already.
Well, Crypto,
I got mine for free.
Go eat a hot dog, Crypto.
I got mine for free.
Had enough of you, Crypto. Mark, I'm sorry you didn't get a chance to talk. Well, I'll talk to you next week or next time. I apologize. Dre, any final thing? You get the final thought today, Dre.
You
get one
run the
final
ball.
thought.
Just run the ball.
Just run the ball when we're down 30 points, right? That's what we learned.
No. Well, yes. And also, if they fumble, give the ball to the other running back for the rest of the game.
Okay. And I'm not running from Lewis schooling me. Lewis didn't school anybody. Ain't nobody scared of Lewis. Okay. I love all of you. Thank you so much for watching the show today. I apologize. I got to abruptly end this show, but I got to take this call. So I love you guys. You guys are the best fans in the world. We will see you tomorrow, Thursday. Hey, real quick. I got Tamaris from Jersey Shore All-Star Cast coming on for Celebrity NFL Picks tomorrow with Cameron. And I think Dolph Freaky is also going to come on tomorrow and make an appearance too. Talk about Zach Thomas coming to her watch party on Sunday randomly. So it was awesome. So be on tomorrow. Tamaris, Cameron, Dolph Freaky, tomorrow's show. It's going to be good. I love you all. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
So we know when to switch. This year we got the golden pick. Time to see what that pick about. Bad vibes get sent out. Only fans up in this house. We been waiting, yeah, we been patient. Now it's time to cash out, no discount. Super Bowl.